The best boat gear has more than one use, and one of my favorite bits of galley gear can break down a chicken, open a bottle, and even cut through plumbing hose. Are you curious to know what it is? Hi there, I'm Carolyn Sherlock, and on this episode of the Boat Galley podcast, I'll share where I think every boat galley can use a good pair of kitchen shears. I love mine and use them almost daily. Okay, today's episode of the Boat Galley podcast is sponsored by Mantis Marine, maker of the Mantis Anchor, now available in models with and without a roll bar. The Mantis Anchor is proven to set reliably in the most challenging bottoms. It digs in like no other, making anchoring safer and boating more enjoyable. Mantis Marine brings to market practical, durable, and affordable marine products, including their anchoring gear, scuba diving accessories, and a rechargeable waterproof headlamp for hands-free lighting, and now a new solar charging navigation light. Visit mantismarine.com and see for yourself. About 5 years ago, my sister-in-law gave me a pair of Wusthof kitchen shears, and I absolutely love them. Now, over the years, I've owned a number of different pairs of kitchen shears, and these are by far the best. And the interesting thing is, they certainly are not the most expensive. Let's talk about some of the features and why I like them, and particularly like them for things on the boat. First of all, they are very high quality stainless, and they have not rusted now in over 9 years on the boat and 7 years of living on land. They have not a speck of rust on them. The blades stay sharp, and they can be resharpened using any standard sharpener. Next, the blades come apart for cleaning and sharpening. This is absolutely a must-have feature. If shears don't come apart for cleaning, tiny particles of meat will catch in the crevice between the blades, and then it'll grow bacteria, and then that can lead to food poisoning. You really want ones that can come apart so that you can thoroughly clean them. The other thing that I like about these is that they're designed so that you really get a lot of leverage to cut through bones and joints. I use these when I'm doing things like boning a chicken because we've cruised in a lot of places where they don't come pre-boned. I honestly can't tell you what is different from these shears to some others that I've owned, but these goes through bones and tendons much easier than others. The handles are pretty much non-slip and comfortable. I'll be honest, no handles are 100% comfortable when you're trying to cut through bone, but these are as comfortable as any that I've had, and being non-slip, even when my hands are wet or they've got some meat juice on them or something, they work really well. Also, they can be used either right or left-handed. That's really helpful if you and your partner or kids or something like that, if you've got a combination of people who are right and left-handed. One of the blades also is slightly serrated so that the meats don't slip. And finally, there's a jar opener in the handles. Now, they call these kitchen shears, but the reality is they can be used on any tough material that regular shears won't cut. We've used them to cut carpet, dinghy patches, webbing, all sorts of water hoses, even our engine exhaust hose, and more. They really are useful both for regular boat stuff and in the galley. Now, if you use them on anything that's particularly kind of nasty, what I do is I pull the two pieces apart. Again, another reason for liking those that you can take apart. And I toss them into a pot of boiling water for a few minutes so that I know that I've really gotten everything clean before I'm using them on food again. Obviously, if you use them to do things like cut apart chicken, beef, whatnot, be sure to clean them very thoroughly before you use them on anything else. You don't want cross-contamination, and kitchen shears can be a big source of it, so be sure to clean them thoroughly whenever you do use them. And that's this week's episode of the Boat Galley podcast for me. Hey, I hope you found it helpful. I hope you found it useful. I know lots of us don't have kitchen shears in our home kitchens anymore, but on a boat, I find that I use them so very, very often. Please be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss an episode. Tell your friends about us, and if you're feeling super generous, leave us a review. Thanks.